If you're thinking about moving to Japan or you're already here, you've probably heard people say how lonely it can be. I won't lie, that part is real. But here is what no one really tells you. Loneliness might be exactly what you need. This video isn't about how to make more friends. It's about what Japan taught me about loneliness and what happens when you stop trying to escape the silence and start listening to it. Learning to be alone in Japan is what made me truly happy here, and if you give me a few minutes to explain what I mean, I promise it will be worth your time. I think loneliness is one of our deepest fears as human beings. So much of our insecurity comes from the fear of being left out, forgotten, rejected. It makes us constantly chase connection, approval, and attention. But very few of us ever ask, what if loneliness isn't an enemy? What if it's trying to teach us something about ourselves? Why is it so terrifying to sit with our own thoughts, without distraction? If the goal is to live freely without fear, maybe learning to be alone isn't something to avoid. Maybe it's something we should train for. When I first came to Japan, I noticed how normal it was to do things alone. Eating at the restaurant alone, singing karaoke alone, sitting quietly on a bench, just watching the world go by. At first, my Western mindset thought, that's kind of sad. Where I'm from, doing things alone usually means you don't have anyone. But here, it didn't feel that way. It took me quite a long time when I started to realize, maybe the sad part isn't being alone. Maybe the sad part is how uncomfortable we are with our own company. How much noise do we need just to avoid sitting with ourselves? I don't know exactly when I start changing. Maybe because I had to isolate myself to focus and learn my new career, learn a new language. I had to study so much and I never really done that before. I needed focus. I gradually started to spend more and more time by myself, reading for hours, watching YouTube tutorials, and slowly leveling up. Within a year, I found myself working in a field I probably never could have dreamed of. That lifestyle of investing in myself and my goals has stayed with me ever since. And honestly, it's one of the most fulfilling things I've ever experienced. If I had been back home, surrounded by my old friends and family, where social obligations are subtle but always there, where skipping an invitation feels like letting people down, I don't think I would have had the space to grow like this. Because when you give all your time to others, I think the biggest risk is forgetting to give time to yourself. And without quality time, it's pretty hard to become who you want to be. There is an old analogy: you can't pour anything new into a cup that's already full. I think about that a lot. When your life is full of noise, other people's timelines, constant distraction, where's the space to grow? Being alone in Japan gave me that space. And I believe, without any exception, all of us need that. I wanted to make this video because there's so much content that puts a negative light on solitude in Japan. But for me, it's been the opposite. It taught me to stop running from silence and start learning from it. Learn about myself, what I want, what I need, what kind of person I want to be. A lot of people are afraid of what silence might bring up. But maybe, just maybe, that's the space where we finally hear something real. If you come to Japan, I believe part of your purpose here is to learn something deeper about yourself. How can you do that if you're constantly surrounded by other people? If this resonated with you and this is the kind of content you want to see more of when it comes to life in Japan, make sure to let me know. If there's something you want to share about what you learned from loneliness, make sure to share it. Your story might help someone else feel a little less alone.